friends, comrades.
You've really come to your senses. Let's do it again. A pauper, right?
Well, you could say that.
Are you a gambling addict?
Yes,
Oh. How much did you pray to God?
every day, every morning, every evening.
Uh-huh. What did you ask him for?
For my parents to restore their parental rights and take me home. We met her in a game.
Which one?
Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Do you know why it's called motorized rifles?
No.
Well, what do you think?
Well, they ride motorcycles and shoot. And so, how we were captured? It's a funny story, actually, but
Share it.
I take it out, show my military ID, proving that I'm supposedly Russian. And so after that, we talk. And after a few seconds, they knock us to the floor. And they tied us up with tourniquets.
Let's kill him now, and that's it. There won't be any more problems with him ever again.
Let's not do that.
Huh?
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to.
Ah, you wanted to stay here and in the RDK?
Yes,
Killing Russians is a normal thing. So, is everything ready?
always ready.
Are you in the military or something? A NATO threat, just so you know.
I was in the military for 8 days.
8 days?
8 days. Well, I went on a mission, stayed for 8 days, and that was it.
So how come you survived?
That was a potential casualty 200. What do I mean? I wasn't a KA, I was as close as you can get to a WIA. My entire right side stopped working.
What failed?
Well, I couldn't walk and couldn't move my right arm. And my right arm, now,
Oh, at all. And what's this hole?
it's not a hole, I was shelled. I was in the garage hiding from Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga dropped something and a FPV drone flew in. And there was blood here. Blood and hair follicles don't grow there anymore.
Hair follicles don't grow anymore?
Yeah, like hair doesn't grow here anymore.
Couldn't you catch what Baba Yaga dropped?
No, I was behind the wall.
I didn't get it. So she dropped it for nothing? How does that work?
No, she dropped it. I got shell-shocked.
Nothing killed. That's nonsense. Introduce yourself to the broken Samsung camera.
This is confidential information. You don't need it.
So that's how it is. 2001.
2001. How old are you exactly?
24.
I'll list a few options now and you choose. Prisoner, you?
What's that?
Convict?
Prisoner? No.
No. Were you under investigation?
No.
Loans?
No.
Debts?
No.
Alright, good. So why are you at war?
I didn't have much money, so I decided.
That's why I mentioned loans, debts.
There were no loans, no debts. I just earned little.
A pauper, right?
Well, you could say that.
Just a pauper.
Well, there's no other way to put it. I didn't have enough money.
Not enough. Where did you spend your money?
On games.
Are you a gambling addict?
Yes.
Oh. And then they'll tell me why. Do you believe in God?
Not really.
Oh, interesting topic. Why not really?
Because we were taught to believe in God at the orphanage, all that stuff. We went to church all the time.
Yeah, great.
I constantly prayed, asked for my parents to take me back, restore their parental rights, but it never happened.
Uh-huh.
That's why.
And what conclusion did you come to?
That he doesn't exist. And that's why I stopped really believing in him.
Did you pray to him a lot?
Very much. every evening, every morning.
Every evening, every morning? I sit chat as a tradition. Did you pray to God often?
Well, every day.
I asked a question. How old are you again?
24.
Uh-huh. Where did you grow up and live?
Crimea, Sevastopol.
Got it.
In an orphanage.
How much did you pray to God?
Every day, every morning, every evening.
Uh-huh. What did you ask him for?
For my parents to restore their parental rights and take me home.
Did it happen?
No, it took a lot of years.
Uh-huh. And how long did you wait for it?
5 to 7 years.
So it turns out God helped you.
No, it wasn't God, it was my older brother who helped.
He took you?
Well, when he graduated from the orphanage, he was the...
So it wasn't your parents who took you?
No, he had a huge influence on our parents. And...
Oh wait, that's a protective cancellation. So what? So it turns out God exists? He guided your brother to the right path.
No, from the very beginning, well, from the start, they wanted to take us to America with my brother. Like, you know, representatives from different countries came.
Yes.
So they wanted to take my brother and me as well.
Let's try another way.
Okay.
Yeah. From what point in your life do you remember yourself?
I remember. From 6 to 7 years old, when my brother and I still lived in Inkerman, which is also in Crimea. I used to ride my bike there. I fell. We were still living with our parents.
That was 2010.
No, 2007 to 2008.
When were you born? Oh, right, the first. I missed something. 2007. You fell off your bike and something.
Yes, we still lived in Inkerman. My parents drank. They had an unhealthy lifestyle. Dad worked, he'd come home, and then they'd drink. So then a Gazelle van showed up to us. And they told us that we want to take your kids to camp.
When was this?
2007 to 2008. The Gazelle van arrived. My older brother agreed. They took him, put him in the van, and drove off. I refused. And 2 weeks later, the police came for me and took me to this so-called camp. But it turned out not to be a camp, it was a shelter.
Uh-huh.
We stayed there with my brother for 3 months. But he left earlier than me, of course, because...
What's your last name again? What does it mean?
I don't know. A simple last name.
What's your nationality?
I was born in Ukraine. My birth certificate is Ukrainian.
Uh-huh. What about your parents?
Also.
Also?
Yes. So the police came for me, took me to the shelter, and after 3 months I was sent to the first orphanage in Sevastopol, 1 Kulakov Street.
Uh-huh.
So I was there until I was 12 years old.
Uh-huh. What happened when you were 12?
When I was 12, my parents took me back. They regained their parental rights.
So God exists, it seems.
It was my older brother who got through to them.
So God told your brother to get through to them.
No, my brother did that after he left the orphanage himself.
What kind of torture was there in the orphanage?
It wasn't really torture, it's just that for every holiday we had to prepare a performance.
No, I'm not talking about that. There. Getting hit on the head with a baton.
Oh no, there was no torture.
Hooked up to electricity.
No.
There are orphanages in Russia where guys sit and tell stories. One guy got electrocuted so badly that he lost a testicle. They smashed his testicle, hooked him up to electricity.
No, there was no torture in this orphanage.
They made you go collect wood, firewood, made you do cleaning. The caretakers at the dachas.
Nothing at all. Everything was fine in this orphanage. We lived like one big family.
See the difference? Wait, are you going to say they didn't make you beg on the streets?
No. Nothing at all.
And this topic of begging, It's a funny story because everyone here, the Russians, all say it's just a normal practice.
I did that before living in the orphanage. I went to church and asked for money.
Anyway, what's the worst thing you remember from the orphanage? Well, besides being made to learn poems for the morning assembly,
That's about it. Everything else,
what was the food like?
it was good. It was breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner.
Well, hold on a second. I'm just sitting here. Hey, say hi to Sergey.
Sending regards to Sergey.
It's just a bit more comfortable for me to talk this way.
Basically, nothing bad happened in that orphanage.
Got it. Okay, what did your brother do so you could be taken back?
He talked to mom and dad, forbade them from drinking. He got them to stop drinking.
Uh-huh.
And after a long time, when my younger brother was born,
How old is your brother?
the older one,
Yes.
30,
What does he do?
he drives a taxi.
Got it. How old is the younger one?
The younger one is 12.
What does he do? He drives a taxi.
He studies.
Ah, I see. Okay. What's your education level?
Incomplete secondary education.
Wait, stop. We skipped something. Father, mother. What did your father do and what does he do now?
Dad worked on the railroad and he still works on the railroad.
Uh-huh. Mother?
Mom wasn't working at the time, but now she works as a cleaner.
Where?
There are some in Crimea. At the Znatnaya Kukna locations. Then there.
So basically some kind of food,
Yes, pretty much everything.
but they had a period when they were drinking heavily.
Yes.
From when to when? From which year to which year, roughly?
So, from when I was taken to the orphanage in
2007.
2007, and from that moment, about a year later, mom went to prison and dad got his act together.
Why did she go to prison?
Well, as far as I know, it was for theft or something like that.
When did she go to prison? What year?
So, about 2 years after I was taken, then she got out on parole. I think she was released on parole. She served 3 years there.
Uh-huh, got it. All right. 2014. What's happening? What were you doing?
So, in 2014, I was in the orphanage. I was taken from the orphanage. And it turns out when my parents regained their parental rights, dad was paying what they call alimony, supposedly.
Yeah, alimony.
So they took me. They received 212,000 rubles. I don't remember the exact amount. We bought a Sony PlayStation 2 and a TV for me. Well, I was studying.
That's already arrived. Has Russia arrived?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No, it wasn't there yet. I was 14 when she arrived.
Ah, okay. So I asked you about 2014. So what was going on in 2014 when you were about
12, 13 years old.
13 years old?
Yes. So they regained their parental rights and we lived with them. Then at 14, exactly a year later, I arrived.
What changed? What got better?
Well, for me at least, nothing good happened there. I lived whether under Ukraine or Russia. For me, it was much better under Ukraine because we could afford a lot more. Under Russia, when it came, as we say, we didn't have electricity. They gave us electricity for about 2 hours.
Where was there no electricity?
In Crimea. When Russia came, they brought electricity all the way from Krasnodar to Crimea.
Uh-huh.
No electricity, basically none of that. We were sitting without electricity. They gave it for a maximum of 2 to 3 hours. We charged all our devices, downloaded movies onto the laptop. Movies and then continued watching them on the laptop.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I was studying. Well, sort of studying. Kind of studying. And finished 9 grades. I went to study as a chef, pastry chef, like my older brother.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
You finished your studies? What's next? When did you finish college?
I didn't finish it.
Why?
Because I started working and didn't care about studying.
Uh-huh.
I thought working was much more profitable than studying. But now I realize I was wrong, so I should have finished school. Well, I combined work and study. Because now I don't have a degree, just, a cook, pastry chef, I can make sushi. Well, since I learned everything they taught.
Basically, what I learned to do myself when I was already working. All right. And when did you start working? From which year?
Since 2017,
And what did you work as?
chef, pastry chef, sushi chef,
Sushi chef? In which place establishment?
Mama. I did an internship there. 3 months. No, not 3 months. It wasn't really an internship, it was practice from college.
Uh-huh.
So I completed that internship and then started working. I changed a lot of places. The longest time I worked at one company was 3 years.
What kind of company was it? And from when to when did you work there?
Yamata. To be honest, it was from around 2020 to 2025, somewhere around that time.
And how much did they pay you there?
There.
Where was that again? In Sevastopol.
Sevastopol, Crimea. 200.
Per day?
Yes.
How did they pay you? Every day or?
Once a week.
By the way, I can't understand. They all talk about daily wages. Why not monthly?
Well, because it varies every month. Because us,
Well, on average, how much did you earn per month?
50,000.
Is that a lot or little?
Well, it's a bit low. That's when you're living alone, renting an apartment. You need to feed yourself. And you also smoke. Smoking costs a lot of money. That's it.
Okay, what year were you expelled and why?
I was expelled from college in 2019.
Then you started working at that place. When were you fired from Yamata?
I quit Yamata myself.
Why did you quit?
I found a better offer for myself. They paid more there.
How much?
2,500 plus a percentage.
And how long did you work there?
1.5 years.
Was that also sushi?
Also sushi.
And how much did you earn there monthly?
I can't say monthly. It was always different because everything.
Well, give or take.
From 60 to 70.
And did you do the same thing there?
Much more.
So you were loaded with more work.
Yes. Well, more work, more. It all depended on the orders. If there were many orders, then our percentage from the cash register was large.
Mm-hmm.
We got 14% of the register. For example, if we made 100,000, then 14,000 was added to the salary.
How many people was this divided among?
Not
Percentage. Well, because 1,400 is how many percent?
14 from 100,000.
So how much is 14% of 100,000?
Oh no, that's 14,000.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, maybe the percentage was less. I didn't specify exactly, but we sometimes earned 3,504 per day, I mean.
From what time to what time did you work?
From 10 to 10.
Uh-huh. Every day?
Every day. Not on weekends, except we had days off on the 1st and 2nd. Those were our only days off.
The first, second type.
That's all.
How many people worked there? You didn't have any days off at all?
No, we had days off. We worked in shifts, for example, 2-2.
Ah, got it. Okay. When did you leave there?
I left there in 2024
What for? Why?
because I found a girlfriend and went to Lugansk.
Is she from Lugansk?
She's from Sukhodolsk.
Uh-huh. And what's there?
And there we started living together. Well, I was saving money, of course. First they came. Actually, how it all started, it's a very long story. We met her in a game,
Which one?
Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
What's that?
It's like Dota 2, but on a phone.
Uh-huh.
So we met in the game. And at first I would come visit. When COVID was still around, I tried to visit her there.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't allowed across the border because of COVID-19, and I didn't have an invitation, and there had to be an invitation for me to cross the border. So they didn't let me cross the border, so we agreed to meet up in Russian Donetsk.
Uh-huh.
So I met her mom. Right there in Donetsk, we decided that it was exactly on February 4th, her birthday. I wanted to surprise her by showing up. So I came to Donetsk, met her mom, we talked and made arrangements. I didn't come empty-handed, of course, I had money. We rented an apartment and her mom went to get her daughter.
Uh-huh.
So her mom brought her daughter and we lived for a month in Russian Donetsk, but after some time, it turns out I started. Let's just say I didn't really get along with her mom because there were problems with work. I worked there as a chef, well, a sushi chef, but the pay was very low. There, 1,200 a day.
In Luhansk itself?
No, in Russian Donetsk.
Uh-huh.
So it turned out to be very little, and we lived on my mom's salary. And because of this, Mom said, "Why the heck do I need this?" She took our daughter after a month, and then 2 days later I left too, because I thought, what's the point of me staying there?
When did you leave there?
I arrived there on February 4th.
20.
COVID was still going on in 2022.
Well, at least, okay, the second time.
Well, it's not exactly the second time. It was the first time we came together. We lived together for a month, and then 2 years later, I invited them to Crimea. I paid for their tickets, so they came to stay with me in Crimea. We lived there for a couple of months. And then in the summer of 24 years, because Crimea was under heavy shelling, Mom decided to go back to Sukhodolsk.
Uh-huh.
And so she took her daughter. And I was freaking out. I didn't want to go there because I knew something might not work out for me. What if they kick me out or something else happens and I end up with nothing? And so on August 9th,
Uh-huh.
so on the 24th day, I'm at work. I received a voice message saying that we're going home. So I call my head chef. I say, I can leave work, I need to go to the bus station. He says, yeah. So I left work and started running. Running to the bus station took a long time, about 30-40 minutes. I ran all the way, but luckily they hadn't left yet.
Uh-huh.
I met them there, talked, and decided for myself that I would go back with them and everything would be fine there. Yes, my intuition didn't let me down. I went with them and everything was fine. But after a year we started arguing. So then I decided it was time for me to return. We had a final argument and I decided to sign a contract. And so on August 21st, 2025, I signed the contract
Where?
in Vladimir.
How much did they give you as a signing bonus?
A signing bonus of 2.5 plus 400 from the governor or something like that.
What did you do with them?
I didn't spend them
Why?
because they didn't arrive.
Wait, it didn't come?
Only 200 came through. I bought armor and that's it. I didn't see the rest.
Which unit did you join? Just don't tell me it was Pyatnashka.
I can't say exactly which unit I joined.
Vladimir. No.
I signed the contract in Vladimir and then I was sent to Voronezh.
Uh-huh.
I stayed in Voronezh for 8 days. From Voronezh, 50 of us were taken to Belovodsk.
Wait, what's your regiment, brigade, battalion?
Brigade 91-701.
What is that?
That's my brigade, or
Soldier? What was it again? 90.
91,701. So that's my unit. Apparently, that's what he said.
I see. 423 MSP. All clear, understood. Motorized rifle Yampolsky.
Yes, Yampol.
The Red Banner orders of Suvorov and Kutuzov Regiment, part of the 4 Guards Tank Kantemirovskaya Division, 423 local. Do you know why it's called motorized rifles?
No.
Well, what do you think?
Well, they ride motorcycles and shoot.
Wait,
I just don't know.
hold on, I need to record this exclusive moment for the Telegram channel. I'm talking sitting here trying to remember where he's from. Turned out he was from the 423rd Motorized Rifle Regiment. I ask why it's called motorized rifles.
They ride motorcycles and shoot.
Shoot. You seriously don't get why they're called motorized rifle troops?
Yeah. Honestly, there was a lot I didn't understand about this war, and I still don't understand why.
Who attacked whom?
No, who attacked whom is clear, but for territory, why?
Alright, moving on. When did you leave Voronezh and where did you go? Tell me more details.
We arrived, it turns out. I was there in Voronezh on the 21st, 22nd, and after 8 days we went to Belovodsk. So on August 30th we went to Belovodsk.
Yes, go on.
We stayed in Belovodsk for 2 days, kind of rested. Then we headed to Rogovo, to the 20th Army training ground. We stayed there for 12 days. And after those 12 days, we spent at the 20th Army training ground. We were sent to Zhitlovka. Zhitlovka is, it turns out, PVD, or I don't remember what it's called there.
What does PVD stand for?
I don't know. Permanent need, I don't know.
Come on, go ahead.
PVD. I think it stands for permanent deployment time.
Now, finally, a prisoner of war who knows abbreviations and can say something. What does PVD stand for?
Permanent place, no, not place.
But you said something else.
Deployment time.
Once more.
Permanent deployment time.
Finally, the first in 4 years to reveal a military secret.
Apparently not like that.
Huh?
Apparently not like that.
Why?
I think it's not called that.
Permanent deployment time sounds like a reasonable phrase for motorcycle regiment. Right.
So there we stayed there for 2 days. The first platoon was supposed to leave as soon as we arrived, but they weren't sent immediately because their leader, well, not the leader, the platoon commander said. He arranged for them to leave the next day, and so they did. And we set out on the mission on September 14th.
What was the assignment? How many of you went out?
18 of us set out in different vehicles. Our mission was to take Novosolovka.
Did you take it?
Not yet.
Well, that's true. They got him to suck dick. Go on.
Well, so all 18 of us arrived, and basically we walked the whole way, 60 kilometers.
Did everyone make it?
Oh, I don't know about that. Whether everyone made it or not. After 8 days I was captured, and that's it.
How did you get captured? Well, how many of those 18 are alive? How many casualties?
I don't know.
Were you walking alone, didn't see anyone, didn't see anything?
I know who was walking with me. One was a casualty. We were split into pairs, and the one who was with me was a casualty. And that's it. Then they they put another person with me. We were together for 1 day, and then we were captured together.
Mm-hmm.
And so how we were captured, it's a funny story actually, but
Share it. You'll have to. Of course, you'll have to. Well,
we were taken prisoner. He was assigned to me because I was the 300th. My right arm and right leg weren't working. In my left leg, there was a fragment.
what wasn't working for you?
Because there was a drop, and here there was a fragment in the leg, and I found a fragment in the left leg. I walked very poorly. And so it turns out my partner, who was already assigned to me, went to get food. First for cigarettes. He came back fine. He brought back a big pack like this one, but it wasn't Philip Morris, it was West.
Mm-hmm.
I asked, who did you get it from? He says, yeah, just some guy in multicam. I say, do you know that in multicam, well, we were all in pixels then, and only Ukrainians wore multicam then. He tells me everything's fine. Then we wanted to eat. He thinks, well, I'll go to the same place. So I'll come back. I saw a cucumber and onion in a box there. I'll go grab them. He gets there. He doesn't see any cucumbers or onions, but sees sausage and cookies.
Even better.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He takes it, and behind him they come out. As he said, 8 or 6 people with weapons.
Looting our food, right?
Well, not exactly. That's what they said. They said differently, that we're on the same side.
Uh-huh.
We were sent to you to help, to provide food. And he went without a weapon, my partner. And they gave him a bunch of sausage, cookies, everything that was there. And 3 people went with him.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back to me, and at that moment, I really wanted to eat. I ate berries, and after those berries, my stomach started to twist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically sitting there doing my business, and my partner and 3 people come. They say we're on the same side, all that.
What kind of weapons did they have?
Weapons, like 12.
Uh-huh.
So they asked me to show my military ID. I take it out, show my military ID, proving that I'm supposedly Russian. And so after that, we talk. And after a few seconds, they knock us to the floor. And they tied us up with tourniquets. They start asking for phone passwords, radio passwords.
Who took you prisoner?
3rd assault.
3rd Assault.
So we told everything. And then
Makes sense. Were those guys professional?
yes,
Imagine how reckless they are to play such games. To come to you, give sausage, go with the occupiers.
we didn't even eat.
What?
We didn't even eat. We wanted to.
Of course you didn't eat.
When they tied us up, we asked them, let's go back, at least take the sausage, cookies, and everything else. They said, no, it doesn't matter. I
Did you leave the food there?
left the food, imagine. Yes. And we returned to their position where they were in the forest. They fed us, gave us a couple of bars, let us smoke, and recorded videos with us. And then loaded us into a car. Well, we all got into the car together and left.
Didn't you visually see from the multicam that they look different?
That's the point. I was standing at the point where we were told to stand, and my partner went for food.
Well, I mean, I think they were dressed better equipped than you guys.
That's the point, yes. That my partner didn't understand this.
Well, the guys from the 3rd are well equipped. Those who go around collecting people like you. There are decent, clear stormtroopers there.
Yes. I've seen that already. But I thought...
With proper, clear equipment. There are guys with cameras, probably on helmets with radios.
Yes, with cameras, with those headphones.
So everyone went, like the 3rd stormtrooper basically subscribed to them on YouTube. I consistently watch all the videos they post. 3rd Assault is the best. We're from no questions. Anyway, it's not interesting anymore. So, when were you captured?
September 21st.
Did you like being at war?
No,
What?
because we were taught to fight people, but we ended up fighting drones. But honestly,
Were there bodies lying around?
our guys' bodies,
A lot?
a lot.
Well, how many is a lot?
Well, while we were walking, I saw about 300 bodies.
How many?
300,
Was that while you were walking, like 80 kilometers or 60?
60,
300 bodies?
well, maybe more, maybe even less.
Every 100 meters?
Well, I said plus or minus, maybe even less,
Well, not less than 100.
not less.
Why aren't they being collected?
Well, they started collecting them later.
Uh-huh. The Liberator fighter was walking. How many bodies did you see when you were heading to the positions?
Well, roughly between 100 and 300.
Like, were they scattered everywhere?
Well, not exactly scattered, but there were enough.
Did anyone loot them?
No,
They just lay there.
they just lay there.
Were there old ones that had decomposed to bones, or were they all fresh?
They were.
Uh-huh.
They smelled really bad.
All right, good. When you signed the contract, did you tell your girlfriend you were signing?
Yes,
And what did she say?
that's why we argued.
Oh, you told her you were signing the contract because you didn't have money.
Well, not that I didn't have money, I was earning well. Well, everyday life. We didn't really go out. I was always at work, she was always studying. We barely spent any time together, so it was just routine. And thus,
So you say, I'm signing the contract. And she tells you.
that I'm an idiot and all that.
And you?
I say, well, I might be, but it's my decision. That's what I wanted.
And what did her mother say?
The same thing.
And your mother and father?
They said it's my decision.
They've already argued about it. And what did your brother say?
The same thing. Just asked me to come back alive.
I see. Does he know you're captured?
No. But I've already contacted him.
Contacted?
Yes,
Did the 3 let you?
yes.
Hello? Hello, hey.
Hello?
Do you know me?
Yes, I've seen.
And what did you see?
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, I saw. And what do you think about my videos?
You conduct conversations well.
Not bad? Well, you understand the reason why I wrote that I would call you, right?
I understand.
Why did you let this fool go? Why are you crying? Why didn't you knock some sense into this fool so he wouldn't go?
I tried to reason with him, but he's like a father. If he makes up his mind, he doesn't back down from his desires and goals.
So why couldn't you break his arms and legs or what? I didn't get that.
I didn't want to take sin upon myself. There's already enough of it.
Let's kill him now, and that's it. There won't be any more problems with him ever again.
Let's not do that.
Huh?
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to.
Well, at least give him a couple of preventive beatings.
Well, I hope that when he returns home, I'll have some preventive work talks with him.
Will you send me a video of how you're going to discipline him? I won't publish it. I just want to know for myself that you gave your word and kept it.
I probably won't beat him up, but I'll definitely give him a couple of good slaps.
Oh, that's enough for me. On video. Okay?
I'll record it myself.
You'll record it yourself? All right, it's a deal. He gave his word. You gave your words. So, you know I have to ask you, what will you say?
Do you consent to recording and publication?
Yes, yes. I agree to the recording.
See how it works? Russians can't bring themselves to say it. Feel the difference. So you don't say where you are, and you don't say who you're with. Got it?
But can I say that I'm captured?
It's clear you're captured because you're next to me.
Alright then.
No, you're in prison. Just don't mention it.
I don't even know where I am.
I don't know either, so you don't say it.
That's it.
And you don't say who you're with either.
Okay.
You can only list your fallen comrades, you know, because they're watching.
Hey, bro.
Hi, buddy. Hey, man, I told you, listen, you should have done what I told you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. So, overall, how are you feeling?
Azov captured him. They cut off his arms and legs, then sewed them back, but mixed up left and right.
I'm okay.
Did they capture you with injuries?
Yes.
Are your legs and arms intact?
Well, my right hand doesn't work here. There's a fragment there.
Well, can you move your fingers at all?
Everything's fine. I'll show you now. Like this.
That's crap, basically.
It doesn't straighten.
No big deal. You can hold a gun, you'll go die a second time. That's it?
He won't go a second time. We'll do everything possible to keep him here.
You won't do anything. Tell me who's captured here. Those who are here for the second time.
Yeah, there are repeat offenders here.
What do they say? Is it possible to get out of it so you don't have to go?
No, you can't escape. But they told me that after the surgery, my recovery will take 1.5 to 2 years, and I might not even return. Yeah, that's what they told me.
Ah, you wanted to stay here and in the RDK?
Yes,
Killing Russians is a normal thing.
but because of my hand, I'm not staying here. I'm going back to Russia. How's Mom?
How would I know? Mom's fine. She's very worried, but when you called me on Telegram back then, I was 1,000% sure you were already captured and that you were alive. I ran around all the authorities enough to understand. What did the unit say? The unit, as always, they keep silent. They don't say anything specific because it's beneficial for them. But I was 1,000% sure from the voice that it was you, not artificial intelligence, and that you were alive. And when you return, Vova, I promise you I'll do everything to make sure you don't continue serving to get you discharged. Well, sort of. We can do everything possible. As they say, well, the river won't flow under the stone by itself.
But when I called you back then, they came to you and said I was already missing, right?
Yes,
Which area did they say you were in?
basically, the first time in the Podorsky district, Novosilovka village.
Yeah,
The second time, when we made an official request through the military office, they sent us that you were in the settlement of Levak. But there's no such settlement as Levak on the map at all.
No, I was captured in Novoseliovka. That's correct. But don't worry, look, I'm fine. They feed me, everything's good. The treatment is normal, everything's fine here.
They say what needs to be done for you to return home faster.
You need to take a screenshot.
A screenshot, they say.
And you need to go to the military enlistment office.
Screenshots.
Take a screenshot showing that he's alive.
Got it? I'll do it now.
Go to the military enlistment office. Say he's alive. Change his status.
Understood. Accepted. Vova, have you realized the mistake you made?
Yes.
Now be so kind. When you are home here, listen to what I'm telling you.
Sergey, another question. Did you restore your VTB card?
No, without your knowledge, I can't do it without your presence.
And my clothes? Did they give them back to you at all?
No, basically they sent me a passport, phone, wallet, razor, but there's no military ID, no birth certificate.
Well, the military ID is right here. I went on a mission with the military ID. They took my military ID.
Okay, and the birth certificate?
The birth certificate was in my bag.
What are you talking about? What do you need that for?
I'm just asking if they returned it or not.
I get what you're asking. Well, it's important. You're in captivity, dude. Are you concerned about the fate of your document? That's it. If they didn't send it to him, you can forget about it.
Okay. Look, can I talk to him about the package?
You can talk. I'll send him a flyer.
Sir, if they send you a flyer, can you order a package for me?
Of course.
I just don't know the prices of these packages, but they told me.
I'll send the flyer. He'll write there, and they'll tell him everything. There, these are standard packages bought in the store. You can't choose.
You can't edit.
You can't. There it is, just like that. There are 3 types. Small, medium, and large.
But preferably order the large one, bro.
Got it. I'll do it.
But order it as soon as possible.
Okay. Got it.
How's Igor?
Igor's fine. Everything's okay. Dad's doing okay too, and so is Mom. Everyone's on edge. No one knows what to do because, as I said, the unit is silent, not saying anything specific.
Well, go to the military enlistment office, show them about me, so they change my status, and then maybe everything will change.
I understand. Okay. I'll definitely do that. Tell me, does the Red Cross come to you? Because I also applied to the Red Cross.
The Red Cross is bullshit that doesn't solve anything. Did you hear me? Don't waste your time. Writing there is useless. They don't do anything. No exchanges, they don't solve anything at all.
I got you.
Have you tried messaging on Telegram?
Bot I want to find.
But I want to find.
Basically, when you called me on October 12th, I started searching groups. There were captives, there were deceased. I came across a post saying you were in captivity. So yeah, I managed to reach the duty officer of your unit. In the end, no one called me. Here, through one handshake, basically, in the end, they called me back from there. I explained the whole situation, told everything as it is. What? So you called me and said you found a post that you were in captivity. So yeah. Well, basically, there was no progress. Until the moment you wrote and called me yourself, which I'm very glad about, and I'm happy to see you alive. That's a big plus. Thanks to the guys who captured you and didn't kill you.
That's true.
What else? They don't say when you'll return home.
I don't know, damn. Him?
Dmitry, how long can he be in captivity? From when to when?
There are some here. Full majors who have been sitting for 3.5 years.
Got it.
Was that clear enough?
No, well, as they say, the Russians request specifically up to 25 years old, basically. Young ones.
They're requesting an exchange.
Yes. And they don't care who you are or what you are. It turns out the most important criterion is that you're under 25.
In short, he doesn't know. Let him not talk nonsense.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways. So, about your elbow, you have fluid gathered there, I understand, and it doesn't bend, and there's shrapnel there.
No, there's shrapnel and it seems to be getting inflamed. I recently went for a CT scan. I don't know what it showed, but they told me recovery will take a very long time.
I got you. And this is what I wanted to ask. Did you work as a pair?
Yes.
That's complete nonsense.
Well, that's our army.
Why is it complete nonsense? I don't get it. What's with the two?
Well, because they're inexperienced green guys.
Oh, watch the interview and... Next topics. So, do you have anything? Because I understand we're just sitting here and you're talking about all sorts of nonsense.
Well, basically, bros.
Anyway, I'll send you the biggest package. Can you send 2 packages at once?
Right there. I'll send you a flyer now.
Okay. Anyway, I'll send the package. I'll go to the military enlistment office. Anyway, stay strong, hang in there. That's it. Say hi to everyone.
Say hi to my parents. Tell them I'm healthy, everything's fine. I love them very much, and they shouldn't worry.
Me too, bro. Loved and waiting.
All right, take care. Satisfied?
Yes.
As is tradition, the prisoner of war, that's you, speaks to the broken Samsung camera. Should you go to war or not? What to do?
Friends, comrades.
You've really come to your senses. Let's do it again.
I don't advise anyone to go to war. It's not worth the money. It's better to be with your loved ones. Appreciate what you have right now. Because your potential 200, 300. It's better to stay home, live as you do, and appreciate what you have. And everything will be fine for you in the future.
My program works. I pay for information that allows killing them. If you're on the front line, well, at war, write to me. I'll make sure you survive, and everything will be fine for you too. You help me, I help you. Sort of, yes.